Hello everyone, this is Saima and I am excited to be with you after a long time. And I want to bring up actually something that we're all facing right now, which is change. There has been big dramatic change because of the pandemic. And it has kind of affected us emotionally quite a bit. And physically, of course, there's been a huge cost to it. Economically and financially, there is also a huge change for us. So, this little video is about helping you discover how you're feeling and some ideas, some suggestions on what may help you navigate change. Now, one of the things you want to know is if you even need this kind of support. And here are two ways to kind of get a sense of whether you need some support or you don't. Number one is that deep down you're seeing hope at the end of the tunnel. You have a strong belief, really strong belief, that everything is going to be okay at the end of it all. The human race will survive, the planet will be all right, you yourself and your family will see it through. This is the faith and hope aspect, and it can be sometimes a spiritual aspect as well. If you feel that the faith is shaking, that everything's going to be all right, then that itself shows that you may need some extra help. Now, when one's faith in the way in things are and the way the world is and how it's going to be, if that's shaking, then sometimes we can get very anxious, so anxious that it's hard to sleep, but we may not be able to even feel that anxiety. We can get quite numb. We may sort of start watching a lot of doomsday predictions or very negative predictions, or what we call conspiracy theories, and that, or you or someone is kind of in that kind of place where they're feeling very shaky about the world, who to trust, or if there's anything worthwhile at the end of the day. That itself means that some support is needed. Now, the second scenario is when you have not feeling like you can trust yourself, like you can't really believe that you're going to be okay. Maybe the world will be okay, but maybe you're wondering if you're going to be okay, feeling shaky in yourself, whether you'll be able to survive this. And this kind of feeling can manifest as indecision, not being able to decide, not being able to choose a pathway, checking 100 times before doing anything. Those are all signs that your faith in yourself may be shaking. Now, because I'm a holistic therapist, I do talk about holistic tools, and I will be talking about some holistic tools that you can use yourself. One of those big tools is to acknowledge your own feelings. You don't have to tell them to anyone. You can journal them, you can put them down, and you can kind of get them out of yourself. These are feelings, they're not a judgment on you. If you're feeling a feeling, that just means that's how you're feeling. It doesn't mean anything about you. It's not a character flaw. There's nothing to be ashamed of. Everybody has feelings. That can be very powerful itself. Just saying it makes it actually less real. The second, thing that strong people do to stay even stronger is to connect to spirituality. And there are many spiritual tools to choose from: rocks, prayer, fragrance, incense, essential oils, energy clearings, tarot cards, oracle cards, and there are some holistic tools as well. such as batch remedies or back remedies, depending on how you like to pronounce it. Essential oils, again, I mentioned they can be a useful holistic tool. There are some remedies that are, they call remedies, but they're really just tools to help us process our feelings. And rescue remedy is I think a lot of therapists love, because it helps to comfort and reassure when we're feeling really triggered and uncertain about the future, and we're feeling a little bit like we can't really trust ourselves, or we can't trust the world around us. The second thing that I love to use is essential oils. And essential oil, basically, lavender to help relax you. Cypress is wonderful to use for a period of time to help navigate change. It helps a person start to flow with change. And when we're kind of in a state of shock, and we are all in a sort of collective trauma right now, it's like this sort of frozen feeling, kind of really like just hanging in there, just sort of really tight and kind of just sitting with it. And so these things kind of help flow our energy, and energy is emotions. It'll help flow the emotions, bring up some tears, perhaps bring up some movement through the body, and that can actually help us sort of release the energy of uncertainty, a fear of the future, or that lack of confidence that comes in when change happens. Kind of shakes our belief in ourselves. There's a batch remedy called larch that's actually quite wonderful for building confidence, and I do recommend that if your belief in yourself is shaking. If you're kind of really struggling to make decisions about your life, then there are a couple of other remedies that are suggested, and I do suggest seeing somebody who practices these remedies, kind of works with these remedies, a trained therapist in that, to kind of help you get your very own formula. There are remedies for change that are available. I personally love working with rocks, and I love rocks that help me kind of step back from my immediate reactions to the world and help me see hope. So my favorite rock for this time is amethyst. Amethyst is calming. Used with lavender essential oil, it can actually really slow down your brain waves. So if you're feeling like your head is constantly just moving around, and like you're constantly thinking and your energy's in your head, lavender helps everything calm down in your nervous system. So I really suggest using amethyst. Work with amethyst, hold amethyst, imagine connecting to the rock. Imagine sitting inside that lovely purple light all around you. Enhance your purple vibration, because you want to take a spiritual perspective, and that's the rock for that. Helps you to sort of step back from all the human stuff and kind of see everything from the soul level. And at the soul level, we are always okay. There is nothing wrong, and everything is perfect the way it is. So sometimes we need to do that to kind of help us have the resilience to move forward. Now, depending on how negative you've been feeling, and your motivation, your motivation to get through the day can be affected. If that's you, just post in the comments below. My most motivational rocks. Number 1 is carnelian. Number 2 is yellow tiger's eye, or even the red tiger's eye. Both of them, all 3 of them actually, are very good for going through difficult times that are emotionally triggering for you. So for example, if you find yourself kind of not wanting to go into work, if you feel like angry at the thought of going through that stress of being around people, or getting your day's work done, or studying for an exam, and you just don't know if you have the strength to do it all. So it's the strength. These three are the strength rocks, and I'll repeat. They are yellow tiger's eye, carnelian, and red tiger's eye. Wearing them, putting them on a bracelet, holding them in the palm of your hand, connecting, visualizing, being connected to that sensation, feeling the rock all around you, even rolling the rock over your chakras like that, just sort of tuning your chakras with the help of the rock. That's going to help you. Now, for anything to actually benefit you, it's your focus and your attention. That's that secret key to making anything work. So when you work with rocks, put all of your intention into it. I want you to help. I want it to be good. Put that want in there, that I want you to help me. I like it. Let yourself receive the energy of the rocks. We are all actually spiritually very, very interconnected. I am with you and you're with me. And any illusion that we have that we're separate somehow, it's just an illusion. It's just a temporary veil, as we call it, that is just holding us in here, just letting us have this experience of being an individual. But in actual fact, we're interconnected like this. So let yourself connect, because in times like this, when we're feeling alone and isolated, it's our connection to the world around us that encourages us, helps us build the trust and faith that we need to navigate these times. So sit with that rock, love that rock, let the rock love you back. Now for batch remedies. If you want to try rescue remedy, you want to try larch, which kind of builds up your confidence. There's another one called gorse, which actually gives you hope in times of despair. There's several remedies out there. I suggest studying them, connect with a batch, therapist. But if you are using batch remedies and you feel confident enough after, kind of evaluating everything that you'd like to try one, try a single remedy at a time if you must, without consulting someone. Just see what it does for you. Like if it's large, it'll give you confidence. If you've been putting off something because you're not confident about it, large helps you. So large, basically you want to put 2 drops on your tongue and drink it with water, or I think a very effective way actually is to put 2 drops in half a glass of water and sip it through the day. You want to kind of use one remedy, because then you'll be able to kind of create one change rather than overwhelming yourself with the several remedies. They can be very effective, but I suggest don't do this if you're kind of trying out batch remedies for the first time. Don't do it. Talk to somebody who can help you a little bit. Get comfortable with them first before you use them further, is my little kind of advice here. If you want to use rescue remedy can be used with larch. If you find that you're both kind of short on hope for the world, rescue remedy is very helpful for shock and trauma. And if you're also short on confidence whether you can handle the change in the world, then larch is very helpful. So both of them together can help you with change. With cypress, like any essential oil, it works the moment you smell it. So that's it. Just the fragrance is going to just help your nervous system. You want to use one essential oil at a time. Like anything, you want to see how it affects you, and you want to kind of pick one thing that you're working on. So if you're working on change, just becoming comfortable with navigating change, put some carrier oil. It could be anything, literally olive oil, avocado oil, coconut oil, any oil, olive oil, just put it in your palm. Pretty much there's so many options out there, and I'm sure you have some oil at home. Put a few drops of the oil, rub the palms together, take deep breaths, and put the rest of the oil around the neck and shoulders. Rub your palms together, make a little bit more, put it at the bottoms of your feet, or kind of, diffuse the oil. If you have a diffuser, then you can diffuse oil. If you don't have a diffuser, you can light up a candle, put a little, you can get these really, I think they're pretty inexpensive, is these oil diffusers. So you can just put a few drops on the little tray on top of the candle, and that'll also kind of, help you. I personally prefer the water diffusers because they kind of, put this really nice mist through the room. And the fragrance can help you kind of, feel better. And especially when you're feeling really down, fragrance is very helpful. I'm going to be talking more about essential oils and different oils that I use to kind of really explore my psyche, explore what's going on at a deeper emotional level. And I will be kind of posting videos if you're interested in using oils in that way. Oils can be used as a tool for emotional processing, which is how I like to use it as part of a therapeutic consultation or any kind of self-work that we do. Oils can also be used as a sort of a remedy. I actually don't like using the word remedy because it kind of suggests that we need to change something about us or the world around us or something like that, something to be fixed. And that can be a little counterproductive if we are actually working on emotional development, which is kind of has a different framework and criteria, and how we look at it as compared to intellectual development. We have as a race kind of mixed up the two, but I think our emotional development is helpful for, of course, our mental and our intellectual development, but it's just good to feel good, if you know what I mean. Being happy is good enough. Wanting to be happy is good enough. Like, we don't have to justify it in any way. So these are some thoughts that I wanted to share with you about the change that we're going through, and I look forward to hearing from you about your questions. And if you would like me to help you with anything, you can post in the comments below. Feel free to share this video with other people who may be going through this transition, kind of almost like us. It's been 2 years now, so kind of like a kind of ongoing transition that we're going through, and we're not quite sure what we're going to see at the end of it. So try to stay in the moment. That's my very important piece of advice. Try to stay in the moment. Take each day as it comes. Lean on your journal. Lean on your ability to observe, and if you can bring meditation into your life, just 5 to 10 minutes of watching your breath is just going to give you a little bit of a rest as you go through your day, through these challenging times. I hope you find me and I find you, and I look forward to connecting with you. Bye now.